Good morning. We're doing coding today. Chill, super chill coding stream. Do I need to record this? I probably could just pull it off YouTube if I ever need it. Check my storage space. I got 119 gigabytes free. It's fine. I can record this. It'll compress nice. It's not moving very much. So, let me describe this project to you. I am, there's no readme because I'm lazy. But I've been writing some code that will, essentially what the final functionality will be is, when people type into chat during a certain period, each user will be put into a quotes, I'm using quotes, okay, lottery. Of course, there will be no cash or physical prizes. All prizes will be emotional. Because I can't legally run a lottery, okay? So everyone gets put into this quote-unquote lottery, and everyone gets a ticket, right? For who's chatted within that period. And if you get a certain ticket, you win. So that's what I'm fighting through right now. I'll explain what I've got so far. And I should say, I do software development and software design for a living. But this is not my job currently. So all of the expected standards are totally out the window. So if you see me do something like really fucking stupid, I guess point it out. And if you see like a small bug, don't spam about it, because I couldn't be bothered to care. That's the truth. Okay. So let's start with the final functionality and we'll move backwards. The final functionality is actually a file that's already done. It's called prize. If we go into here, we can actually see it. Prize up here, and right, we're getting the winning number and the prize. We're currently in a pool of 1,000. Theoretically, I should be putting the pool number in the prize module, but I'm okay. We'll be fine. So this is just a standard class setup. I like object-orienting Python, even though you technically don't need to do it. Just because objects are awesome. It allows you to send data to files so much more cleanly than you can otherwise. Otherwise, these would all be global. But theoretically, it means I could run multiple ticket managers, or I could easily adapt this project into doing other things. So it's just good to set up your projects like that. So this sets up a few constants. One is the max pulls per player, right? So essentially per stream, a user can only get pulled up to 5 times. I don't want to discourage chatting, but I also don't want to encourage spamming. So this I thought was the best way to do that. We've also got a player pool, so this will keep track of all of the players that are currently in there, and it'll store this value along with it, or it'll check this value with stuff that's in the player pool. Excuse me. And then also it will do prize stuff. I'm not going to click on it because it'll show you more info. But prize needs its own setup, so there's also some stuff here. This just boots the lottery itself. So here, and then this runs in a loop. So this will be kind of a continuous thing that happens. We've got here a default message, right? So this just appears, and show you. Actually, I don't know if it'll appear right now. It's set to something else. Yeah, right now it's set to what it was the last stream. When this only worked in YouTube. It just says type in chat to receive a ticket, right? So I am changing that to type in chat to receive a ticket. The next poll is expected around in a specific time. Ideally, this will happen every minute. But it can't really happen every minute. If we have enough people chatting, the time it takes to process the lottery would cross that minute threshold, and then we'd run into all sorts of concurrency errors. So, expected around is what I'm going for. I don't expect chat to be that bonkers insano to require running a lottery more than every 1 minute. And again, that's lottery in quotes. I should come up with a different name. You are not receiving a physical prize, nor monetary prize. Emotional prizes only. Thank you. So it prints this message. It then waits for 70 seconds. That's a minute and 10 seconds. And the reason it's waiting for a minute and 10 seconds is because YouTube and Twitch need to finish their business. Now, Twitch will let you stream their chats. YouTube, and they do this by rate limiting, right? So if you stream too many, they cut you off for a little bit. With YouTube, you don't get that option here. I'll pull up. This code's going to be atrocious. I've not worked on it at all. So sorry about that. Yeah, this was ripped straight from like the annals of Chat GPT land, because I didn't feel like actually learning any of that. But it did function. It just looks awful. It is not easy to maintain. So I've been ripping this apart and converting it into the previous stuff. In YouTube land, you have to do polling. You can't stream, which is very annoying. Where's that at? Batch and process. Where are you used? Here. So yeah, the polling interval is 60 seconds. You can do more, but you get billed by the poll, not by any sort of like actual bandwidth usage. Where there's like a minimum that you get charged in terms of your quota, because of this is Google's system, right? So they're doing it a little goofy, not the way I would have done it. Regardless, it's more expensive to poll every few seconds than it is to poll once a minute. The first stream I did of this, I polled, I think it was like once a second, and there was no one in chat. It wasn't worth it at all. It was like once a second, and we ran out of quota in 4 or 5 minutes. It sucked. Yet the code just turned off. So now we're not hitting the rate limit. You know, I could stream for like 6 hours and not hit issues, and I don't want to pay for it. It's very expensive. Well, it's not very expensive. It's reasonably priced for someone who lives the life that I do. I still don't want to pay for it though. Oh, this is player list. We'll go through that. That's more complicated. Actually, I should have chat open. I don't know why I don't. Not that there's anyone in there right now. I imagine coding streams will be super dead, right? We're just hanging out, doing a little code review. Maybe I should have named the stream Code Review. Although I'm gonna be programming, so that's fine. I'll just have the clickbaity title. Let's chill. Okay, so yep, it waits for the polling to finish. And then it checks if both of them are in yet. So if either of them hit like weird lag or they break, I don't want this to just do random weird stuff. So I run this this thing called input complete. Now there's a fly. It just flew in my mouth. Oh. Well, that's extra protein. Oh, I hate that. Where did that even come from? Why? Why now? This could have happened hours ago. So this is acting on player list. So that's in here, right? That this is this module. And all this does is it checks if the things are ready, and if not, right? If these are complete. If these are complete, it doesn't wait, and if they aren't complete, it will wait until they're available, and it blocks. So in programming, what blocks means, it means that that this program will stop, right? This thread will stop. It's a bit complex. Maybe I should do like a whole coding series, because I know a lot of people don't actually know how programs and things actually work. Yeah, that might be cool, because I've got some good ideas on teaching. And I did teach, I didn't teach full in computer science, but I taught, well, I suppose I can't say. I taught something tangentially related to computer science at one point. For like a few days. It wasn't a long time. But it had great reviews. Yeah, I probably can't discuss that anymore, so let's just drop it. Next, it makes a copy of the player list. And again, I'll explain more about that. It needs to make a copy because this player list gets reset. And theoretically, it could be changed during execution. Very kind of theoretically. It's not supposed to be. And then it runs the lottery. So, in quotes, not real lottery, no physical prizes. This just loops through the players. It does this function called watcher. I couldn't think about what the function in like a casino is that watches people who are just watches people. I couldn't remember the name, and I couldn't find it when I looked it up. There is a specific name for it, and eventually I'll refactor that, but all this does is it just checks if the player's inside of that. Or if it's inside this player pool, right? And so this is a global variable for, or this is a variable of this class, a property of this class. And so it will retrieve this player, and if it doesn't find anything, it just uses 0 as the value, because that's what it's assumed to be. And if that's greater than the max player pools, then that's bad. So just don't run that player that they've gone over. And then we go to pull ticket with a refined name. The refined name just checks if we start with this. There's certain cases where YouTube or Twitch wouldn't give us a name. Like either that user doesn't have an account or whatever. So if I ever detect that in any of the other code, I will pass this in as a flag that says, hey, this user is doesn't really exist, and they're just using some sort of ID, right? And then this inserts a user so that the print actually looks clean, and people will be able to read it rather than just a weird UID. And then we go to actually pulling a ticket. This is the exciting part, right? It pulls a random int from 1 to the max ticket number. It checks if that is the winning number, and if it is, it sends you the winning ticket function. It will open the ticket display file, which is set to write to this, so this will always pull that file. It's how I'm managing writing to OBS. There is a way to do it through OBS WebSockets, but That service is so stupid. It's so... The API is very unintuitive. And there's not currently a package that I think does well at adjusting that. And certainly not a package that's well documented, which is my bigger issue. The opposite happens, losing ticket. It just tells you what player pulled the ticket and what their ticket number was. And then these both wait for a second. This prize does a bunch of stuff that I won't show you. But it does not need to wait a second, because when the prize is won, the program shuts down. Your stuff will happen, right? So don't think too much about that. It's a black box. We're not going to look inside the box. And then it does this ticket counter for the player. So it checks if they're not equal to the default player name. Yeah. This needs to change. This isn't right. So anyone with an unknown name, we couldn't really track them. And this is fine. We actually need this here. There we go. Yeah, that fixed that. That was a bug. How do I want to manage this? Because we don't want to insert a bunch of random names into the player pool. Oh, no, this is actually fine. This is just fine. Yeah, so if the player's name isn't the default, it will insert it. And if it's not, it will never get inserted into that structure to check. So it'll always report unknown users as having 0, so they'll go through all the time. That should be fine, because I can't give a user a UID. The most I can do is if they don't have a username. I don't like this here. I'm going to change it. So this I'm going to pass player in. And then I'm going to refine the player up here. Make sure to change it. There we go. Player and then UID. So these are printing stuff. This needs to mark its ID. So now players will have a name and an ID. If their name is not unique. Should be fine. Maybe I'll have to change this player to a tuple in the future that is an ID that is your user ID and a name. Because theoretically you could just change your name on Twitch or whatever. This is fine for now though. No, player, we don't want to check the player, we want to check their ID. Right. Yeah, this should be okay. So this will split the... It's a bit unclear, but it's okay. Okay, now we've got the player list system. Now this is basically just a bunch of stuff to manage concurrency around a dataset. Oh, did I not talk about cleaning stuff? That happens over here anyway. So, this will add a user list to the possible players. It does some type validation. It wants to make sure that your service is a string. I didn't check this set, but I think I check it later, so it should be okay. I think so. I don't remember. So with player input lock, this should actually throw an error. We should be checking for it. I'll do that later. Hang on. I'm actually writing myself a note. Okay, so this pulls a lock here. Player input lock. Yeah. And so what this means is that when someone is inside of this block, so a block is like a section of code. When someone is inside this section of code, no other program can access this section of code, or any other code with this lock. So if I look at this, there's another spot here that needs this lock, and another spot here. So anything that tries to use these locks will stop here at this line and wait. So say someone is putting a user list in, and my program is trying to get that user list. It cannot do that. Right? It has to wait for this to finish before this is able to be run. This is useful when you have a lot of different programs trying to talk, because what could happen is I could try and get this list, right? And so this line could be happening for one program as another program inserts values into this data structure, into this set. And let's say I copy over half the list into whatever the new list is, half the set into whatever the new set is, and then someone inserts a bunch of new data into the set, and then I pull more. Right? We're not like, we're to be jumbled up and getting inaccurate data. It's called a race condition, right? Anytime that two programs try to access the same information at the same time, bad things will happen. And in Python, this is especially true in Python because everything is very complex. And a lot of things happen when you tell one thing to happen, many things happen anyway. I should just do a series on that because I can explain that so much better. If I had time to sit down and write it. How could I explain this in a simpler way? Because race conditions are very complicated for people to understand. It's a little bit like, and don't do this, it's a little bit like you're cheating on a test. And so, say you and the person you're cheating on, no, you and the person you're cheating off of are both on question 20. And they're in the middle of writing question 20, and they get halfway done, and they take like a drink of water or whatever, and you look at them and you say, okay, they're done, I'm going to copy their answer now. So you copy over their question 20, and then you continue on. Now they finish writing their question 20, which means you've unsuccessfully cheated on the exam or whatever, because you've only copied half the answer. Again, don't cheat on an exam. But that is what a race condition is. It's when two separate programs or two separate threads try to access the same variable or location of memory or resource at the same time. In which case, kind of, impossible to predict things happen. Okay, so this gets the lock on the player input. It will verify its service. So that just checks to make sure that this value that they passed in is correct. So if they pass in Twitch or YouTube, we want to check and make sure they're a valid service. Just so that, like, in the future, if I ever release this, people actually need to modify this stuff to make sure that it's going to work correctly. And it also sets, like, hey, is everything in, right? So, like, if you say you're Twitch, and you've shown up here, and you say, like, hey, we're trying to insert Twitch stuff, but Twitch has already put its stuff in, you can't do that, because it'll be doubling up on the data, and the set will be angry. Otherwise, you can set, like, hey, Twitch is done now, good job. And this takes that same condition that this did. So if something's waiting here, right, something can come into this block here, and it can update all its settings and things, and then it can notify all that this condition's been met. Now, I've never done this, so I'm not 100% sure that this is correct. Something about this condition being shared here is throwing me off. I don't know if that's correct, but maybe. Next, we process all the users. Yeah, so I was originally going to label what service they were from. But all this does is it just copies everything from whatever format they had here, which is a list of messages. Theoretically, this could also be a set, and we could just, merge the sets, right? Just do a union, and that's probably more efficient. And it just checks to make sure those users have not been inside this set yet. Again, I think this could be more efficient. I'm going to try and write this to be better. And then once a program has finished inserting their data, it'll go into this block and it'll wait until the condition is completed. It's the same condition here. No, it's not. So this is completed. This waits until the ticketing system is done, or the lottery, in quotes. You're not getting cash prizes, you're not getting physical prizes, emotional prizes only, is done completed. Is done completing, is completed. I'm talking too much, I'm losing it. And that happens when this clean user list is done. That just resets the possible players. It resets these both back to false, and then it notifies the programs, hey, you can go back to polling now, go get your data, come back here when you're done. And then this whole thing resets and it goes right back up to here. Now you'll notice that there's no way to break this loop without like a classic control Z, but I'm going to be running it in the debugger here because I'm lazy. Oh, you can't see that. So I can just terminate that process whenever I feel like it. Now my goal for tonight, because it's already getting pretty late, I was going to start at 5, but I ended up going and buying an airbrush instead, because I have issues psychologically that don't allow me to not have a billion projects going at once. So I think that the goal is just to get this, you know, YouTube stuff done. And I think it's mostly finished. I just need to clean up the messages. If I could, I'd make this general and like multi-purpose, but I don't care enough, so yeah. Let me just think. So this needs to end with a set of data, a set of users that it wants to send out. So this says handle new message. Sure, I can write that. Okay, and these also need to be spawned by something, probably by the tickets.py file. Everything can just start there because it's got the main tag applied to it. What if I just add a... Okay, this is not correct. This is not correct. So adding an underscore before things doesn't do much. Unlike something like JavaScript, or I think C does this as well. It's been a while since I've actually programmed in C. Not JavaScript, Java. Where you can set like public and private and things. Python doesn't let you do that. You have to go through like a roundabout system to keep it from being presented as a public thing you can utilize. What is this? Oh, this just goes here. Right, that's not utilized anywhere else. Oh, it definitely is. Build. What does build do? Oh, Google API. Okay. And then get credentials gets run here. I see. Friends. These could be global. They don't need to be though. I want these to be available throughout the process when it's running. So what this underscore does is it just says append the class name, or append this to the class name and call that the variable instead. It's purely to reduce errors. It doesn't actually stop anyone from pulling from this. And actually, I don't think this needs to be accessible throughout the class, just here. Right, that's not used further down. Nah. Okay. Where something like scopes is, I believe. Unless it's not. Unless it's not. Well, I think scopes is only used in here. Well, let's move it. We don't need it throughout the project, just throw it. What am I making? I am making a system that allows you to pull tickets by typing in chat. And it is going okay. I've explained a lot, so I'm not going to reiterate everything. But I'm currently working on pulling YouTube chat stuff. In the future, I'll be doing Twitch, which has not been tested in the slightest. Okay, so got these. We load the saved credentials if they exist. This could probably be its own function, right? I've got a comment there. No, some of this will be, I'm sure. Creds. Token file. Oh, no, this is self. This doesn't need to be self. There's a simpler way to do this, but I don't feel like it. This code mostly works, I'm just cleaning it up a bit. Okay, yeah, this doesn't need to be self either. I feel like this if statement should be out here. This makes more sense, right? Than to have a try before an if. Doesn't really fit. Threads are not valid. If the creds haven't been created or they're not valid, we're going to do this stuff. So if they exist and they're expired and we have a refresh token, do the refresh token. Okay. I think I solved for this one. Refresh. Am I spelling poorly? I'm awful at spelling. Why did I choose this as a job? Fresh credentials, self. Here. Okay, and then this is why we'd want these to be up here. What do I use my token file for? That's what happens. Managing credentials from Google is my worst nightmare. This stuff is not idiomatic in the slightest. Wait, why are these duplicate? This is so stupid. What have I done? Shouldn't this be in a finally then? If I'm just catching an exception? Or do I need the exception? I can just do a finally right after a try. Yeah, that works. And then I don't need this. Oh no, but this runs even if this passes. Okay, this can't throw an error, so it should not be in a try-catch block. We're just checking truthiness. And we don't need creds to exist to do this, because if creds doesn't exist, this does not continue. It doesn't make it past the OR. It's a fun fact. If you check a value up here, and you don't need the second to exist, then it will just not execute the second half. That's like if your first value in an AND check is false, it just doesn't run the rest. It's a bit more complicated than that, but that's the gist of it. So if the credentials are not valid, we want to refresh the credentials. I'll just call it like valid credentials or something. That should be fine. Just get valid creds. Hooray. And then that is this. Now these need to go back to being... Okay, and then, hang on, this here. It's a little bit better. Shoved into here. I should probably give this a type. Or I don't need to care, and that's okay too. Yeah, these do need to be up here. I don't replace this old by. Well, I guess that's okay. Let's do all of them at once. Self.get credentials like this. I can only suggest simple types, right? I can't. I dislike dynamically typed languages. It's very annoying. Okay, that's fine. This isn't right. Why is this wrong? What the hell was that? Did I get an email? What were you? Oh no, my phone just pinged me. How was this before? Alright, hang on, I gotta look at my source control. YouTube polling. Oh, damn it. I'm very smart. Turn this all in uppercase. I wasn't careful about not doing dumb stuff. Okay, this still seems a bit messy. Okay. This will get run anyway. This doesn't need to run if I put it in accept. No. Oh, so this will just throw an error anyway. So why do I need to check? I don't. It just, if this has an error, try the other method, and if that doesn't work, we'll cry about it. And that's okay. Is that better? That looks better. I need music that's not like that. Okay. Sad, somber piano music is more my vibe today, I suppose. That should be the credential manager done. This seems like you can just read what's going on. Here we go. Load saved credentials. Yeah, I don't need to just explain what's going on in comments. My style of commenting has changed quite a bit since I wrote this, which is less comments is more comments. Comments go above functions, not... You can have detailed comments in here, but typically you'd only ever want to put a comment inside a function body if it was either very complicated or if it was doing something strange for a reason that's particular. That you just don't need that comment. Like, what? We know that this is loading or refreshing credentials. If you don't need to know that, it doesn't matter. Like that's dummy stuff. You can just read like, hey, the credentials aren't here, they're not valid. Get new credentials, right? Python's very, very easy to read. Unless you've never programmed before, but this is not meant for you, I suppose. This is more meant for me. Okay, this returns our credentials object. I could get more fancy with the function headers when I'm done, when I'm just going through and refactoring everything, but no, we're okay. Not YouTube.live broadcast. Does it not know what it is? Oh, it does. Just need to change a bit. That's not execute. Why is this variable any? Oh, returns any. Why? Why would they write this? Don't do that. What an appalling thing to write. There's no way to statically check that, Google. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go back down to here now. Wait, when does the other stuff actually get run? This is net. Down here? Oh no, this is the main loop. Okay, so this needs to be broken out into its own function. That's fine. F polling loop, self. I don't want this to, oh no, that's fine. What am I doing? I want to try this. Try. This is also an issue. I want to try this. Accept. Oh, there's a fly. Actually, if this throws an error, I can check it up here, so that's okay. I don't care. I need this to get me the exception. I don't remember how to do that. There we go. Hooray. Sys exit -1? Is this right? Yeah, okay. I'm excited about this airbrush. I really wanted to like spend the night utilizing the airbrush, but I gotta get this project done. I'm torn because I had such a good day at work coding that the only thing I wanted to do after work was keep coding until I got this airbrush. So now my brain is being forced in opposite directions, and I feel like I'm Samson or like Spider-Man, just holding back this train or holding these pillars in place, you know, for the fate of the people. But really, it's just my sanity. This should be a global. Also, I really don't like how much Python relies on static checking for things. Like, just give us protected and private variables. Come on. Is it that much of a chore to program private variables? It's fine. It's fine. I just shouldn't be this upset. Oh, was that it? I like that song. I gotta get the other Vintegot music set up here because, like, I'm missing, like, Stradivarius is gone, On the Phone's gone, and Emerson's gone, and I like those songs. So is Moon and Star, which I really like. But here we can listen to the popular one. I'd play these more, but because they're licensed, I have to put my license and stuff whenever I use it. It's very annoying. Or I'm supposed to. YouTube doesn't care. It doesn't even register this under Content ID, so... And then... I mean, I should, right? I don't, I'm not being forced. Twitch forces you. It's like, hey, we detected there is silliness happening. They're very keen on the DMCA stuff. Though not while the stream is actually running, which I think is funny. Also, I gotta quiet down a little bit. It's curfew at my apartment building. Well, not curfew. We just have a noise ordinance at 9 p.m. Everyone's gotta shut the hell up. Because a lot of older folks live here, so we want to make sure that everyone's getting along. For instance, I would not be running a air compressor for my airbrush right now. People would be very upset with me. And actually, I gotta build some sort of sound box for that air compressor because it's fucking loud. They don't tell you that. You know, all the YouTube videos of people with an airbrush painting miniatures, they don't have the background noise on for you. And they're just there, like, listening to that shit. What are they doing? The adults. I've got a bunch of old sound paneling I'm going to repurpose into a sound box for it. I'm a little bit concerned about the heat building up inside that box and then becoming a flame. So, I have to do some research into that. Maybe get some, like, fire blankets or whatever they're called. This is... Okay, we're gonna take a small break here in just a minute. Just so I can let my brain cool off a little bit. My ears are smoking, you can't see it, but they are. Well, there's a little wacky, goofy steam coming out of them at this point. Not anger steam, just, the gears have been working too much today. I don't tell you that, you work for 8 hours coding, and then your brain shuts down. 5 p.m. my brain is off. I get to 5 p.m. and I gotta take a nap, and that nap usually takes like 4 hours to reset the brain. At that point, it's too late. You're better off just not thinking the rest of the day. And yeah, like, I get here and I show up to do this thing, right? And it's, what the hell was that? Is that my cat? Either that was my cat or I'm hallucinating stuff. The reflection just changed real weird in my monitor. Wouldn't it be wacky if I just suddenly developed, like, psychosis on stream? That would be very, very funny. Well, no, it wouldn't be funny. It would be, great content, though. I think it was my cat. The problem was, is I saw something flicker on my monitor. I'm like, oh, I got a notification, but I have those turned off on this profile. So I couldn't have. And then I thought, okay, well, maybe like something weird popped up and I looked at it, and then my other monitor had the same weird flicker on it, and now I think it's my eyes. But it could also just be my cat running around. He likes to freak me out. The worst part is when I'm like, why is something biting my ankle, and then it's my cat? Yeah. Thing's an asshole. But he's my friend, so that's cool. I have these weird, they're like brain mites that cats give you. It's like a parasite or whatever. What's the cat parasite called? Toxoplasma. Yeah, the rumor on the street is that toxoplasma will make you like cats more. Despite them, you know, running around in the middle of the night, screaming because they want food and knocking things off shelves because they can. Because they're small tyrants. Okay, they don't tell you this, cats are small tyrants. Right? Dictators in my house. Small, orange, fuzzy dictator in my house. I can't believe it. Okay, they don't tell you this, but they put worms in your brain. What the hell was I doing? This is psychosis. I'm going crazy right now. What was I doing? This is the main loop. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Do we need to be more complicated? There we go. Okay, this pulls the live chat ID. From here. so this gets the self.youtube.live broadcast list. So this just pulls the list of chats. Seems like. No, this pulls my chat ID. Right, so that this looks for me, because it wants the ID of my chat. And then it will... Is that right? Is that right? And we return this if the response items, else we return none. Okay. So distracted now. You ever wonder what ADHD is like? That is it. That is it. I've been unofficially diagnosed with ADHD by a therapist when I was a little kid, when I was a small wee child, and then never followed up on that with a doctor or a psychologist. Are they they're the brain doctors, right? Probably should have. Ultimately, it's not super helpful to me now to know that information because I've already managed it so well, clearly. So yeah, it's I'm not like on a quest of self-discovery, so I think I'm okay. Lots of folks are, and that's okay. They can do whatever they feel like. I feel like this does more than get the live chat ID. I want to know more. Live broadcast. Oh, they have this. Oh, this is set up poorly. Oh, guys. This doesn't... Cool. I'm gonna do some ChatGPT work to see if I can make this cleaner. Pardon me, your screen will not change. Is it called service? Okay, I can use type hinting for my static analysis. That's cool. Let's go. They just make type to Python. Thank you. People are gonna be so upset that I said that. But it's real. What can I import here? Just give me the full thing. I'll manage it. Wait, unless this has a solution for me. Oh, nope, nope. I'm stupid. Never mind me. I'm real dumb. New resource. I need to assert that this is of this type. Then did I do it? Did it? And now this should be better. Type resource. Fuck. This is Google's code, not my code. This is a good reason to like Python. You can just go stare at people's code. Fun. Useful for debugging. Set dynamic attributes. What function are we using? Live chat messages. No, it's not here. Really? Hmm. Am I eating pens and pencils right now? What's going on? Hmm. Does this need to change much? Hang on. This needs to change. That's not spelled right. I don't care though. Oh, I just played that. Not needed. This is going to go up top. It's going to be a constant. I can make it dynamic eventually, I don't care. Auth 2. Oh wait, hang on. There we go. This is not needed. Next page token. Where is that used? In here? Guess it saves a little bit of space to not put it inside the while loop. Then again, I can just do this. Why is this camel case? It should be snake cased. Because we're adults. And yet I refuse to use proper refactoring, so who am I talking? What am I talking? I don't know. My brain is broken. Cool. Okay, if I'm passing it into 3 spots, I'm just gonna stick it up here, that's fine. Damn it, I'm gonna copy it over. That is okay. without regex, there's no good way to really edit that. I know there is, I just don't remember it. There we go. Yeah, let's take a quick break. we're back. Sure. Okay, this runs the polling loop. I can't get my static analyzer to figure out what this is, so that's okay. It knows what this is. It's a resource, but the exact resource type is unknown. Let me talk to the wizard. Sorry, I'm arguing with a robot right now. Okay, I guess it's fine. Cast from... Yeah, I don't care. I can just leave this then. This doesn't need to be specific. Okay, these are just gonna have issues. Not my favorite. Can I go to the definition? No. So this just gets the live broadcast. A list of live broadcasts. We execute that request. And then we want the live chat ID. So this is my chat ID. My stream. Fetch and process messages. This no longer needs to pass that in. Which is good because it's not even needed here. This will request a list of chat messages at that ID. and it pulls an ID snippet. Oh, it pulls ID and snippet. I'm going to ask the wizard. I think I just need to change the part ID snippet to part ID author details snippet. Yes, that is what needs to happen. Yep, exactly what I thought. Specifically, exactly. So if you've never used ChatGPT for software development, I would advise that you try it out if you're a software developer. If you're not, maybe I'll do a video on like learning software development, because it's not quite as, I feel like most people just don't do it correctly. Because there is kind of a wrong way to do it. Which I think people get it in their head that they need to like learn a language in coding, and that's not really how you learn how to code or develop software. Like, and people also think that if they know how to code, they know how to develop software, and those are not the same thing in the slightest. Like, learning to code is much more about logic and understanding systems than purely like learning how a language works, right? You're better off learning to write pseudocode on paper before you actually touch a computer than to just dive in with a language. Unless you're learning front end, then you do you. If you're doing full stack development, you should probably have a solid base. If you're doing like really siloed work, one, you're gonna get paid less, but two, and you're gonna have a much harder time finding a job. Right, so, I mean, it's kind of how things work. No, people still do like learn a language, right? And they're good, but it's not, I wouldn't say, the best way to do it. How to eat Roblox. Did you know that this is not Google? That's a question you type into Google, not into some random YouTube chat. But thank you for chatting. Engagement's always good. Cat, okay. What did you do? Did you eat something? No, you're fine. Okay, so now this should work. Maybe me not being able to get the author details before was just my brain not functioning correctly. That would be great if this actually functioned correctly. So if author details an item and display name an item, we grab this. Else, user equals, I need to give everything a UID. Oh, they have an ID. They have an ID. Let's just give them this ID. It'll be an F string. Is it just item ID? No, I'll assign him a UID. I'll make a surface for that. Okay, this is fine. Hooray. Fix, import. What does it actually give me? Generate a random UID. I don't want a length on that, but that's chill. Version 1345. Oh, shit. No, don't do that. Yeah, 4 is good. I don't want my network address in there. That would be dumb. User a user. No. We're not doing that. Get user, self, and item. It probably does not need self, right? And then this will be a return. Return this item. Otherwise, return this item. Item self. Okay. So yeah, this is gonna return something at the very least. Cool. Self.handle new message. Oh fuck, what is this gonna do? We have a user list here. What if instead of a user list, we have a user set? So they're unique. You can only enter once per polling period. This is a set, empty set. Oh, we need a new set every time this is run, but this only gets run once because we're adults. Okay. We don't need the message. We can throw away the message entirely. And in fact, we don't even need the snippet from this, so we don't need to pull it. We don't need the ID. We just need the author details, right? And then we user set dot add user, clearly. And then next page token, that's fine, that's good. Now we need the player list dot add user list. Oh. from communications wireless. Wireless.add user list. So we need to pass in user set. Okay, I'm gonna rename this. We're just doing it now. User set and tube. Actually, I'm gonna set the service name up here. Even though I'm not using it more than once, this is still probably good. Just in case I ever need to modify this code. Okay, I don't need or care about this. I don't need or care about the message time. No, I do. Never mind. Also, I need the snippet then. Damn. Push to shared. Dataset. Blocking. This adds the new user set and then it moves on. Okay. Now I need to run this polling loop up here and we should be good to go. Where the hell do I calculate startup time? I don't think I do. Let me check my changes. Startup time just like an inbuilt thing into Python? Or am I really dumb? Or did I never implement it and it just happened to work? Oh, it's from date time. Wait, really? I didn't think I had date time installed here. Oh, I do. So it's a constant under date time? Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Alright, this needs to change. This needs to move down there. Yeah, can't have that. Too hard to see. This is all prep stuff. Nope, doesn't work like that either. Boy, I really am just super brain dead. Huh. Does this pull and then startup time? Shouldn't this be time since last poll? Yeah, there should be time since last poll. Okay. Wait. No. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on, I've got a solution. Equals self dot startup time. Then I set that up here. Right, that gets run. Sure, fine. Put it here. Equals date time dot now, and I don't remember the rest of that. Time zone UTC. Sure. Yes, I know I should put that in its own function. Sorry, not doing it. Let's pull. Non-default argument. Oh, yeah. This is stupid. Okay, last poll. There we go. And then I can reset last poll here. My laziness knows no bounds, friends. No bounds. Cool. That's fun. I don't like this. I want it to be more functions. Def, fetch, chat. Which just needs the page token and self. And all this does is get the response. Return self.fetch chat. I could break this out more. This could be a little cleaner. But I think I'll live. So this needs the page token. Next page token, there we go. process chat, self, and this needs the last poll. And so then this does this thing. It needs last poll and a response. Means this needs to... no, it's fine. And it returns the user set. Def send. I don't actually need the user set here. Do I actually call something here? I do. Forget user. Send set as self and a set for a user set. It's fine. I can totally send this from in here. And instead of user set, we use clean up. This is sleep. I feel like that's not right. Oh, so it can find it. I guess that's fine. It doesn't know what this is? Ah, not good. Good. It should. I'll have to debug that. Actually, let's just do that now. My session expired. I have to log in again? What? Boo. Did I just play this song? My brain is fried. Sorry. Oh. Okay. It wants me to update my path. Instead, I'm going to update my code structure so that communications is under stream monitors. Yes. So now, under tickets, communications upload. So now it should be stream monitors. This also needs to be renamed to stream underscore monitors. Here we go. Fixed it. And now this can import from communications import player list directly. Huh? Alright, I'm still dumb. What did I do? Still can't find it. Oh god, oh, I'm so stupid. So stupid. This is dumb, we don't need that. Process chat needs last poll. And response. Okay, so this gets the response, this updates the player list. This does resetting work for the next iteration. And then it sleeps. Cool. Cool. Now, I gotta go. Oh, I can get rid of this now. Yes! I love deleting code. Get user, it returns a get no user from YouTube. Okay, this one's next. Yeah, it's in a different key, that's fine. We're just gonna play the same song over and over and over again, and we were all gonna go fucking insane. That's the full YouTube chat. There's the full chat into a set of users, usernames. There we go. Cool. I think this is this section done. Obviously it can all be cleaned up and stuff, and I know that people will find every way to nitpick apart code. But I just want you to know that you can spend as much time typing in the comments as you want. Nothing will make me give a shit. Unless you're paying me, which you're not, I don't care. I'm not getting paid for this, I don't have to care about coding standards. Okay, update user list needs to be update user set. Instead of this hefty process users, we just, can I just, oh, it's a union, right? Hell yes. Deleting code is so good. Wait, why does it say this is a function? No, it's a set. Oh, wait. No, it's fine. Oh, because it's not a set. We know it is. It's a set. It's a set. Set of strings. Variable set. Type set. Yeah, it's fine. Why is this freaking out? You know, ChatGPT is very confidently incorrect. This way you don't copy code from it, because it will just be broken. It's acting strange. I got rid of the user normalization thing in here, right? It's so confidently dumb. It's so confidently dumb. This is not correct. Initialize as a set. Overwriting of possible players. It's fine, right? These are all the same. Never gets returned as anything but a set. 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 It's always a set. I have another option though, right? Can use update, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Get a set with the union of itself and others. Cool. That should be able to YouTube stuff. Let's do Twitch next. Gonna take a second to not be typing though. Drink a little soda pop. I'm too lazy to grab the water. And I was just eating some pizza. You want to hear some ASMR? I'm going to cut a piece of, Oh, no, this is dumb. Maybe it's not dumb. Yeah, this is dumb. Shouldn't do this. I was going to cut pieces off the sprue for a model I'm building. Like an ASMR thing, but they're labeled on sprue, so I'm not going to do that. Even though it would be cool. Are these glued models, or are these snapped together? This is a model of a TIE Advance and TIE Fighter. Pretty cool. Oh, look, they're snapped together. And I can paint them. With my airbrush that I have now. I'm very excited about this stuff. I don't know where they came with stickers, but I'm probably just gonna paint that instead. Okay. Let's look at Twitch. I've never done Twitch stream monitoring. And I can actually rename this to Twitch. Just twitchstream.py. And I have no clue how this works. I have a ChatGPT generated thing here. Which API? Okay, install Twitch.io. I think I did that. Because I didn't feel like writing anything for the IRC. Maybe one day I'll update this stuff to like Golang or C#. Obtain an OAuth token for connecting to Twitch chat. auth flow using requests. Okay, I'm gonna have this go into more detail for me. Okay, generate OAuth token. Or we can do custom token generation. It's probably better. Authorization code grant to register my app on Twitch. Bot. Okay. For now, I'm gonna go the generation route, and I will build out an auth flow for this later on. Click on connect with Twitch. That thing? This doesn't take me anywhere. Twitch token generator. You get a bot check. Let me see what people are saying about this before I actually authorize anything. Okay, this is fine. Okay, hang on. You're not allowed to look at this. Just look at me. Look at me. Going into the secrets folder. Ah. fix Twitch channel. I can. My channel name. All right. Okay, but I need to import this from a file. I can have a config.json file. That's fine, I guess. Not quite how I'd want to do it. What might JSON look like this? That's cool. New file. Twitch credentials. JSON. I'm generating secrets, so you're not able to look. I could pull data from other channels. That's really funny. I need an OAuth token. Do I need my client ID anywhere? Surprised I don't need that. Okay, what's my access token? I don't care about my refresh token for the time being. I'm just gonna set up an auth flow for this. This is stupid. Get away. I don't like doing things like this. It's annoying. And then here, this, so we're not staring my secrets in the face. Chill. Take that stuff away so you can't see it. It'd be good to go back to me. Back to the game. Yeah, I'll build out an off flow here in a second. Actually, it's getting pretty late. Yeah, let's call it here. Yep. Alright, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from programming so my brain can readjust to existing. Thanks for stopping by.